Well, good morning YouTube. Cotton here. Disregard the mess on the workbench. I have a treat for you guys this morning. Now, most of the time we're working on Ford pickups or garden tractors or Husqvarna chainsaws, but now this is better than any Husqvarna you'll ever have. I don't care what anybody says. Now, this is a Homelite, but this isn't your granddad's Super XL 12. No, absolutely not. This is a Super XL 925. This thing is big. Let me get you guys in here on it. Take the camera off the stand here. Look at that carburetor. Focus. You're not going to focus for me, are you? Do it myself. Look at that carburetor, guys. That thing is huge. Okay? I mean, that's my big, huge hand. In fact, for comparison, let me grab a carburetor off 372. I know I've got one around here somewhere. I just don't know where. Should have a couple actually. Somewhere. Oh, here it is. That's 372 XP carburetor beside it. Look at the difference. This thing is massive. This is a Tillotson. Zoom you guys out here. Get a good focus going there. Look at the difference. That's for a 372 XP, and I thought these were big. But look at this thing, man. I mean, it's just huge. Like I said, it's Tillotson. If you don't focus, I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah, it's not having it today. It's not gonna focus for us. Anyway, so like I said, this is a 925 Super XL. Now, most of you guys know these Homelites have a lot of compression, but this one a little on the weak side. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the plug out and we'll throw some probably ATF or something down the plug hole. Maybe get the rings freed up. And then of course we'll have to get a pool cover and the air filter cover for it. Another cool thing is this thing has an absolute unit of a bar on it. This is actually a Homelite bar factory. So we'll just get that cleaned up. We'll probably throw some diesel or something on it. Maybe some PB blaster. We'll maybe have to get another chain if we can't clean this up. It's looked like missing a few teeth have definitely rusted off of it, so new chain is definitely in order. But I think we can just clean the rust off the bar as far as that goes. Otherwise, I think the rest of the saw looks pretty solid. Carburetor's not all nasty looking. Choke and throttle are free. Now, I got another cool thing to tell you guys that I've never shown on this channel before. This is a John Deere. Now, if you look at it, look how similar these things look. I mean, handle shape, the way this is. This one is more like a Super XL or something of that nature, like a 220, something like that. And this one runs. Maybe. Yeah, this one's got adjustable oiler, but that's not what we're focusing on. If this clutch don't shut up. This is what we're focusing on today. We're going to get this thing cleaned up, make it look nice. We'll find us a cover for it somewhere. So yeah, let's get after it, guys. Alright, so I know I said I wanted to save the chain, but what do you guys think chances of that are? Focus you in here. Yeah. It looks like it was on the sea floor with Titanic. So that definitely won't be savable. The bar on the other hand, I don't know. Paint's chipping off of it, but we'll do our best. We will definitely do our best on this one. Alright guys, so I thought this muffler was going to be a lot worse trying to take off, but it come right loose. So let's go ahead and send these bolts out, and we'll look at the bore on this. I'm over here sitting on my little beer keg stool right now. So we'll take all three of these bolts out. Of course, the heads look rough. Threads are good, so that's nice. Let's get them loosened up. Take the muffler off, and we will check out the bore. It would not surprise me if the rings are froze in the piston, but we'll fix that. We can fix that. ATF is your best friend when it comes to things like this, small engines. We need to lay these out how they came out. I've never fooled with Homelites. I've always wanted one, and I was very fortunate to find this one. I did some work for a guy, and I noticed this laying in his barn, and I was like, "You want to get rid of that?" I was like, "Yeah," he had it. So, all right, mufflers. Oh, ooh, that's not promising. Okay, yeah. Somebody's got this saw hot at one point, for sure. Bore does not look too bad, but the rings are 100% stuck in there. Throw this little lube in here. Yeah, compression is definitely garbage on this thing. May have to take and order rings for it. I've never had one apart, but I'm going to go find. Transfer case fluid. Now, I've got a soap pump on my transfer case fluid because I was putting it in my transfer case. Don't judge me. Because I deserve one of those Real Men of Genius commercials. Real Men of Genius. You know that commercial. Well, I'll fill this puppy. Get it full with some fully synthetic transfer case fluid. Let's make sure we get that good lube in there, and we'll work her around. Ooh. We're definitely getting compression back. God bless. But somebody's definitely had the saw hot at one point. I'm not sure who, probably the guy that got it from. Because, well, like I said, there's scoring on the piston. Looks like a lot of carbon buildup around the muffler too. Odd. A lot of dirt and jug and stuff. I guess the only thing to do here is just to work this stuff around in there. We'll put some across here. Alright, see, that's as far as we can go right there. And that's simply because we're building up compression. but not as much as we need. This Super XL 925 should have a lot more compression. I can't do it. It's got a lot of compression now, but not as much as we need it to have. You guys hear that? And then we lock up on the pressure, and we're dripping. You don't want that. So, what do you guys think? We're definitely not going to give up on it. I may run to the parts house, see if I can get some rings for this puppy. They probably won't have them on hand, but they can order them. Imagine the spark plug's bigger than 5/8. The bar nuts in this thing are 5/8. That's what it took. Which is news to me. But I guess we can run to the parts house. See if we can get rings, maybe a piston for it. It may not be worth our time and effort to even attempt it. I take it back. It's a freaking Homelite Super XL 925. Of course it's worth our effort to try and fix it. So I guess we can go to the parts house and just get us what we need. Saw is definitely run hot. That is my consensus on this. The saw was ran really hot at one point. Cylinder scoring or piston scoring is usually always like an absolute telltale sign, but if it's only that, we may be good to go. Get a little more fuel in there, or not fuel, transfer case fluid. There we go. We got plenty in there now. It's a lot freer than it was, for sure. We'll just let this sit the way it is right now. We'll have to run to a couple parts houses, probably, see what we can do. But yeah, that's all we can do is just go get the parts we need, fix it, get it running, and use it. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, why get this awesome saw and not use it, right? Not try and fix it. It's not going to make a shelf piece. It's too ugly to be a shelf piece. So yeah, we'll go get some parts. See you guys when we get back. Alright guys, this thing is set for a little while. Had that transfer case fluid in the cylinder there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook the drill up to it. Just kind of slowly turn it over. I said slowly, but that was a little faster than slowly. But it's building compression. It's not the greatest. You can kind of hear it pushing down past the cylinder wall there, and I think the culprit of it may be carbon buildup in the muffler. That, or somebody's ran it not mixed properly. Probably too little oil there's a chance that somebody ran it with straight gas. Probably the previous owner. But it's here. It's got more compression than it had. A lot more, because before I could just spin it over, no compression at all. So yeah, we're definitely looking a lot better than we were. Let me get you guys in a little closer here. Drop the camera down here. Get you guys on the tripod here in a little bit closer. Maybe you can possibly see what's going on over there. Let me get us a better focus. There we go. We could use some light. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. But the compression is definitely feeling. Definitely a lot stronger than it was, because there was really nothing there at all when I started on it. I think it may have a bad rod bearing. It may have. Because it feels like there's a lot of free travel in the crank before the rod starts moving. I guess really the only way to figure out is to get it running, and if it is, it'll have the same symptom that the 372 had, which is the rocks in the cement mixer sound, because the 372's got the same exact issue. But I guess we could pop the muffler back on there and pop the muffler back on there, and then can't even think. Pop the muffler back on and put a little gas down the carb. Gas and oil, of course, and see what happens. I mean, it's the only way to find out what's going on with it. But everything else is free. Choke's free, throttle butterfly's free, clutch ain't stuck. Not really sure on the oil pump whether or not it works, but sounds like it might. Wish I had that saw that didn't have the cover on it to see if they got about the same amount of compression, but I really don't know. Tell you guys the truth. Guess really the best thing to do would be sit here and work it and work it and work it with the oil in the cylinder and see what happens. So I guess we can do that. Well guys, I guess it's time to go down the rabbit hole. I have put fuel in it. I've cranked, well I say cranked it over, I just had a socket on the flywheel. Cranking it over because this one don't have a pull cover on it. Nothing, compression got lower, as you can see. Almost non-existent. So we're going to pull the muffler back off, we're just going to tear into this thing. Really nothing else we can do at this point. Hopefully the cylinder's not too bad. If it is, just have to buy another one. There's that off. Let's see if I can undo these with this little baby screwdriver. No, I cannot. Let me go get some talk about going down the rabbit hole, boys. I got the handle off of her. Of course, got the oil lines off. Look at that build up. That's what kills us all that build up. Gets them hot. You look on the head here. Look at that. The last owner probably did not take very good care of it. I imagine they didn't, for the simple fact that when I look at your muffler here, the gaskets had blown out, so that's all carboned up. We're going to pop the coil off first, then we're going to take the jug off and go from there. So I don't know if you guys can really see how well what's going on, but look at this. You're not supposed to be like yet. Look at your piston here. Rings are stuck. Mostly. Well, they're free-ish. And you look in the jug, there's some really deep scoring. So this thing's definitely going to have a new cylinder. For sure. Or maybe, I don't know. I'm not close to it. Yeah, that's a 372 piston. It's a little bit smaller, I guess. I'm kind of curious now. Kind of curious if 372 piston will fit. Because 372 piston will fit, then 372 piston rings will fit, which means that I wouldn't have to go on a wild goose chase for a set of rings for this thing. Well, anyhow, that's our problem. That's why it won't run. So we've definitely figured that out. But I'm not sure how you put a rod bearing in here. See if it's the right size. And a wrench. We'll pop this piston out of here. It's loose. Or it's broke loose, it's not loose. Can't really get in there to it. We'll break her loose here. Well, I'll go. Not quite loose. The guy said it just come apart, but I don't really know. I had my doubts that it just came apart because the only saw that I've ever had just come apart is 372. And the 372, when it just comes apart, the frickin' pull cover falls off of it. Every time. Get this frickin'... This is cool. I mean, it's neat that these things have the two-piece rods in them instead of a one-piece like the, you know, literally every other or most other chain, especially the new ones. Most of them have, you know, one-piece rods with two-piece crankshafts. But I mean, that thing was loose on there anyhow. So I'm not sure if there's any saving for the whatchamacallit, the cylinder. It's over serious tank, Cadillac and more cigar on his lip. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? Saw him driving down the 61 in early July. Wide as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he bunch of needle bearings in the crank now. Ah! We might want to get all of it now. So, definitely needs a rod bearing at least. But how in the world does one put a rod bearing in one of these? I mean, look at that. I mean, let me learn you something new with new turns to make all the girls dance. And these are the fractured rods. They do that in a lot of different things. I think that's what these are. Yeah. Like big John Deere motors, they do that. They break them. They're just fractured rod caps instead of a cast one, which is, it's cheaper to make. Which I can see why they done it on this, but a little bit of wrist pin play for sure. Lots of carbon buildup, but we figured out the problem. Now it's gotta get the parts, which is gonna be kind of hard, but I think everything else is good. Crank isn't scored. A sweet soul, everlasting, a very only eternal light. Those who know. Well, that's not very promising. I feel like that crank free spin a lot more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, we figured out the problem. Now just gotta get the parts, get it back together, get it running, and go from there, I guess. Alright guys, so I guess now the biggest thing is waiting on the parts. I have to get a full cover for it, and then of course rod bearing. What else? Probably a piston at the top end. I mean, look at that scoring. That is terrible. Somebody got this thing screaming hot. Had to. So, I wish you guys could see down in the jug. But, it's bad. It ain't terrible, but... Let's see if we can get this puppy in there. Yeah, it's scored the cylinder up way worse. Alright, yeah, it's right cotton. I can't get the gun out of there, but 372 piston fits a lot tighter, which is weird for some reason. So anyway, I'm gonna quit fooling around. I'm gonna get online, look up some parts, and we'll make this 2 parts when we go back together. Show you guys all that stuff. But it's a unique looking jug. It's a lot different than the one that's on like the 372, which this is like a similar size saw. It's not really similar at all because of the fact that it's what do you call it, flat plane instead of up and down vertical plane. But best thing to do, like I said, just order a jug, piston, rings, rod bearing, throw her back together, put some 40 to 1 in it. I think it cost me 32 to 1. 32-to-1 in the manual. Put 40-to-1 in here, make sure she's good and oiled up. Run her. Put her in the wood. Get going. We'll have to get a new chain. The bar is decent. I have to clean it up. Like I said, get a new chain. Put it on here. Fire it up. Run it. Do some test cuts. Make sure she's going to run good. Then we'll take her out to work. And I'll probably do some recording on the work. I got a tree I got to fell. We're definitely going to use the Homelite. It just seems like a more enjoyable saw to use. Like I like my 345 up there and like my 50 and a 261. But this thing's just cool. It's retro. It's like the 70s, I think. I can't tell if this one is. I don't think this one is points. But well, no, it's not points. I don't think. I guess it's not, because it does have a coil. I'm not sure. I think this one is, yeah. So you got your magnets there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next part. When we get this thing going back together, I'll have to order all gaskets. You know, I might do a base gasket lead. I do have some Yama bond laying around. We'll be good to go. Get a pull cover on it, chain, be good to go. Probably clean the carburetor up just because. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.